Hey, what's up, movie fans? Welcome back to Hero Lair. My name's Dan. Hanging out with me is Darth Mario and Josh Yoda.
Yes. Rogue One, we will examine today. Commemorative memorabilia.
Oh, yes.
Like it, do I?
Rebel.
One must be careful, for too much rebellion to the dark side leads.
He even does the mouth puckering.
I can see.
Like the mouth puckering is there.
Is Frank Oss's hand up your ass?
I really think there's something going on here.
When 900 years you reach, new things you must try.
We were just talking about this off screen too, guys.
Rogue One trailer hit. First teaser trailer. This is the prequel that I'm sure we all actually wanted. So
Let's check it out.
I have no idea what to expect.
Neither do I.
Let's see it.
I love going into it blind.
State your name for the record.
Jen Asa.
Forgery of imperial documents. Possession of stolen property. Aggravated assault. Resisting arrest.
On your own from the age of 15. Reckless, aggressive, and undisciplined.
Oh,
This
yeah.
is rebellion.
Poe, my mouth.
That can't be Poe.
I could have sworn I saw Poe. No. Oh, right, you're right. I'm not talking about.
She looks a lot like the original.
Yeah, she does. Very good movie.
We have a mission for you. The major weapons test is imminent. We need to know what it is and how to destroy it.
Very cool.
Interesting.
Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
What?
What will you do when they catch you? What will you do if they break you?
It's done again.
Yeah.
If you continue to fight,
God damn.
Wow, man. Holy.
Holy shit.
Oh shit. Oh, the hints of the Imperial March.
Yeah.
Just the hint. Just the hint.
Mark, this pass here is it.
Wow.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So a quick background on this. Rogue One takes place before Episode 4 New Hope. So you can see the finishing of the Death Star.
Yeah.
You know exactly
Yeah.
what it is. What's really cool about this is, and directed by Gareth Edwards. So I think he did, if I'm not mistaken, he did the most recent Godzilla.
Okay. Yeah.
And an interview of what he was talking about was he really wanted to make it like a true war film. So it's truly be Star Wars.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like there's going to be, Jedi or anything. Because in
Yeah.
this period of time, the only Jedi around are Obi-Wan in seclusion on Tatooine looking over Luke.
Yeah.
And Yoda on Dagobah.
Dagobah.
Yeah.
So the only one with any type of force powers at all is Vader.
Yeah.
Right? Which I was wondering if they were going to throw him in here.
They
And I'm-
have to at some,
At some point,
Well,
they will put him in because that's a
Yeah.
huge selling draw to
Yeah.
you knew this was coming, we knew
Yeah.
this was coming, but to the indoctrinated Star Wars fan, they might not even know that there's another Star Wars movie coming out, or they also might confuse it that, this is a continuation of the one that came
Yeah.
out last
Well,
time.
they might think it's episode 8, like or
exactly,
whatever
yeah.
it may be, right?
But he was really, because we're going to see real humans, real rebels, fighting the Empire in just true war without any type of
I got
force power at all.
I got a real feel of like obviously the Nazi era that they tried to convey with the with the troopers and everything there. I really like the fact that they threw Diane in there and they were like teaching people how to actually fight. Now were those deserters? Because they didn't. I don't know if they were like if they were part of like I don't know if would the Imperial the Empire actually be teaching them that type of combat training or what would they be teaching them? I almost think those might be deserters, like
Rebels.
Yeah, well, no, but they were stormtroopers there. Like I think they were like.
Are you talking about the guys
stormtroopers-
who were like with dreadlocks and all those? Who are you talking about?
Yeah, in that one, we'll have to watch it again.
Okay,
But yeah,
all right.
the one scene there, it kind of looked like that there was some stormtroopers in the background while he was teaching those guys in the dreadlocks. Or I might have missed something else.
okay.
Like, so like it almost was like have people left the Empire and are they joining the rebels? Like, is this a true rebellion where soldiers are leaving one side to go join the other side? Like, that would be an interesting.
Yeah,
be
and
cool.
I really liked the fact that we get like insight into Mon Mothma, right? Because she's so pivotal in the rebellion, right? And you like initially you have it's her and a few others that. They're never mentioned aside from like Star Wars universe that's not really canon anymore.
Right.
Like in the Thrawn trilogy, which was written in the 90s, which is you really get insight into this whole rebellion. And but at least in this film, it looks like you get insight into her battle strategies, her plans. And when I said Poe, I was thinking Antilles. I was wondering if it might be
Wedge
I'm wondering if it might be Antilles or whoever that might be, because he becomes very focal later on.
Yeah.
Like, and he becomes General Antilles.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm wondering if that's they're kind of like opening up the character a little bit.
It would be cool because they can throw all those people in there. They can do more with Tarkin.
Grand Moff Tarkin.
They can do more with Tarkin. They can do. They can do more with Mothra, what you said, and all these. Obviously, Akbar's got to be in somewhere in the early stages. They can do a lot more also with Leia and the Organas and whatever.
Or
they
her
have.
father, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, Bail Organa.
That's it.
But I got a great cast that's in this.
It feels really good, though, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like the look of it.
You know what I really appreciated about it was they really did a good job of presenting the scale. So if you see the AT-ATs, the ATS,
that was the big thing. Yeah.
It was so.
It almost looked like an ally storming the beach.
Yes,
but yet they're running up against.
Which was like, I don't know how wise that would be, but like whatever.
That's all you got,
it looked fantastic.
It does look fantastic, but you're right though. That sense of scale and the gigantism.
And it would make sense because if he directed Godzilla, the sense of scale you got in that was one of the best things about it. Like the slow movement, the perspective. It was really imposing, a lowering, kind of figure.
But even in space, you can get that sense of scale.
Yeah.
Do you see how the Star Destroyer compared to the Death Star?
Yeah,
like it's
cool.
really like the models and everything that was coming through there looked fantastic.
Yeah. A couple big X factors. Darth Vader's. I'm convinced he's going to be a part of this marketing effort at some point or another.
He should be. He's going to be on those. He's going to be part of the Empire. Right?
And he's the baddest dude in the galaxy at this point right now, right? So I hope we finally get to see him kind of what they've seen more in the video games, but that we never got his fighting style. And because they couldn't really shoot it that well in the original trilogy, now they can. They can have him, throwing his lightsaber around and taking out a whole bunch of rebels and catching it, and a little bit more quicker.
Do you think we might be introduced to Mara Jade? Because Mara Jade, Luke, the one who not canon anymore.
Yeah,
but so I don't know.
It might be a little early for that, in my opinion.
Well, because she was the right hand of the Emperor. Right. So in terms of what the lore that comes before. So I'm wondering if they're going to stick with Mara Jade in terms of because we have Rey, who's probably going to be the son of the daughter of Luke Skywalker. So I mean, it wouldn't really make sense to just make up a new character that he partners with. So, we could very well be introduced to, because if we're introduced to Vader, she's going to be on the ships as right hand of the Emperor.
Anything's possible. I can definitely see that.
And she's force sensitive, so we might then see. I'm wondering if we might see other force inclined individuals, because those are the ones we know about. But there were little pockets of others that come up in other stories later on.
I'm interested in what expanding on what Dan was saying. It's and one thing again, being the combat geek, which you are as well as, I'm really excited to see what style that Vader adopts. We've seen Vader as young Anakin. And Anakin
more movement and
agility. We've seen him as an old Vader in the original Star Wars, and it was very heavy-handed sword.
But that's the way it's going to be.
Which is what's going to be there's all this other stuff you were saying. There's teaching almost kind of a samurai-esque style with Diane in there. What's he going to be able to adopt, and how is he going to be able to counteract that?
Well, assuming that he's even in it.
Which
if
is,
I'm
he's in
it,
so he better be in it.
There's no way Vader's not in.
But we don't know what he might be more cameo. We don't know how.
I really hope.
We don't.
I hope not either.
I want to see that.
Yeah.
But like the thing is, they have to make him a bit more rigid because in the stories, it's explained that the robotic suit slows him down.
But it's not canon anymore.
No. But
the original dude.
They still showing it like he's still a robot.
Yeah, he's still.
He doesn't have the same mobility anymore, and they've already shown Vader. Like we're going off like the like 4 or 5.
Well, yeah, we're going off
right. So
episode.
He's not going to be like Yoda doing flips and whatever else. He's going to have that more rigid, reserved, decisive, like heavy blows. You know what I mean?
Either way, like, but going back to whether he better be in this because right now we haven't gotten the Vader that we all want to see. We all want to see Vader as the baddest mofo in the galaxy. We all want to see him as the because there's so much lure around Vader and him as a villain and stuff like that. And we got a very passive aggressive one in Hayden Christensen. So I want to see him at his peak and him really as a bad.
Yeah, and even just building the atmosphere because like I said, these are just rebels. They're regular people. They don't. They've not been indoctrinated into the Force. Maybe it's all just myth and legend of the old Republic of what happened.
Yeah.
And they've probably all heard war stories of Vader and how powerful he is on the battlefield and cutting stuff down, and that you're literally fighting a god. So
exactly.
At some point, there's got to be some type of moment where, the rebel force is battling, they're gaining ground, and then, oh shit.
Yeah, like the drop ship, that wing comes down, folds down, drops open.
And we're all fucked.
Yeah, and they're just exactly.
All I got is this blaster, fuck.
This is
and he'll just take out 20 of them.
Exactly.
So building that atmosphere, almost kind of like it's a bit of a stretch, but
chills just thinking of
almost like if you watch, totally flipping side, but if you watch Godfather 2, right?
Yeah.
Marlon Brando's character, the older Don Corleone.
Yeah.
You never see him on screen. You see his younger version and everything else. But the way they speak of him, even at a point when he's resting in the other room, you can feel his character in the other room. So I'm hoping, to get those kind of feelings of them building to a Vader, what he's like, how powerful he is, how scared of them they are, how do they take him down? Because again, we've always been, like I said, we got the passive aggressive, Hayden Christensen version, and then we got the menace who really didn't have to do anything. Right?
He was already. His lore.
Let's get that in between. Part.
And it's true because his lore was enough in the original trilogy to strike fear into people's hearts, like the legend. So we need to see how he became this legend.
Yeah, at the height of the legend, when he's just become known as this force that is under the Emperor.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and we have no idea how. I don't know how many years before A New Hope this is. Is it 10 years before A New Hope?
Well, we look at Mon Mothma. If we look at Mon Mothma's age,
she
doesn't seem too far off. So you know what I mean?
It's within. It's within.
It's within.
Years.
Yeah, it's not nothing. Because if we look at her as the staple, they've really replicated her look quite well.
Yeah.
And so it doesn't seem that she's that far off, right? So
here's going to be a bet, and I want you guys to leave comments on your bet as well. And I'll start with you.
All right.
More likely to have a cameo in this movie: Yoda, Obi-Wan, or Boba Fett?
Obi-Wan.
Obi-Wan?
Obi-Wan.
Yeah, you?
Boba Fett.
I say Boba Fett.
Boba Fett.
Just because I know that it would just fit so well. Especially he's such a character that never got a ton of attention.
Yeah.
And the fact is, he's a mercenary. And if they're rebels, what's to say that they don't hire him and a bunch of other bounty hunters just to be hired guns on a mission?
Yeah, right? Or some side story where they just bump into him in some way, shape, or capacity. And again, it makes sense because we're not dealing with the Force. We're not dealing with lightsabers and so on.
We just need a hired gun.
Hired gun.
Come on.
Yeah, battle ready.
Yeah, and you don't. It's not. Obviously you would need Ewan McGregor to play the Obi-Wan in this.
Yes.
But for a guy with Boba Fett, you just need a guy in the suit. You don't necessarily have to see him under the mask.
No, you don't.
But do whatever you want to do with the voice if you're going to get
a younger.
Who knows whatever the voice because they switched it from the original trilogy to that Kiwi guy who was Jango Fett.
Yeah.
I don't know if they do a take on that, but it could have been done all in secret a Boba Fett one. Yeah. And then who knows if that even because we're already getting the Han Solo movie, which is hopefully which will be a lot years before this. But I know that they desperately want to do like a.
And for Boba Fett's voice, like when he had the slightest accent when he was a kid, but he was a kid. Django was the one who had the Kiwi accent, right? So his accent could be lost.
Because he's we don't know where he's gone.
Exactly, right. So that could easily explain.
He's like a 6-7-year-old kid.
Exactly. So like how many kids do we know that like here in Canada that came in with Polish accents, Spanish accents as kids, and you see them in adult's now, and it's like it's gone.
That's a good point. Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Wow. Let us know which one you think will do a cameo. Also, if you're excited for Rogue One. Do your friends or anybody that's not huge fans, do they know that this is happening?
Yeah.
We're too close to it. Right? That's all I'm talking about. But do they know there's a prequel?
Geek, man.
Yeah, exactly. Let us know. Let's get a conversation going. Follow us on Twitter at the HERO LAIR. Also, please subscribe. Help get us to 10,000 subscribers. We're so close. We need all your help to do it. Thanks for hanging out with us. We'll be back really, really soon. Bye.
See you guys.
Ciao.